All right, class. Gonna record the "This Tower Needs a Core" video once again. This time will be better, guaranteed, because I have a nice cold libation sitting next to me, and so it's guaranteed to be better. Okay, here we are. We've got our tower model. I've already got the floor plates in it. I downloaded this from the Moodle's website. We want to first insert our image into this file to reference from the Westbrook Tower by Mies van der Rohe. In order to insert that image, we'll go here to the Insert tab and the Image folder. As I warned you, I'm going to go pretty fast here, so just pause it if you're having any issues. You can see I can't see that image through this floor plate. There's a couple different things you can do. You can change it over to wireframe right down here. It's a visual style where you can switch between, say, a shaded view or a hidden line or wireframe. Here's my core. I'm going to go ahead and do it vertically this time just to mix it up so I don't get bored. First things first is to actually scale this image so that it's the appropriate size. So we did that by using a detail line here under the Annotate tab. And I'm going to first draw a line to define the width of one of the stairs right now, and then the width that I want it to be, and I want it to be 4 feet. I'm going to type in 4 feet, and I'm going to use those two lines to actually scale the image. So I'll select the image, then hit the Scale button here under the Modify tab, and just snap to first the short line defining the stair, and then lastly to the long line defining the 4 foot increment. And now you can see that 4 foot matches the width of the stair, and we are roughly scaled to match. I'm going to kind of maneuver the stair into the spot where I want it. And then I'm ready to start drawing walls. We want to use first, when I hit the Wall tab, you'll notice here under the Properties, I've got some generic walls. These are what we're going to use. So here, the generic 12 I'm going to start with, and I'm going to hit Edit Type. And as always, I'm going to duplicate this first and call it Cast in Place. Concrete, 12 inches. And just hit the Edit Structure tab to change that material over to Cast in Place Concrete. Hit OK. We're all good there. Now I can start drawing my 12-foot walls. And again, mirrored, we have mirrored core here, so I can draw this however I want, whether I pick one or the other, and I'll just mirror them in the end. Here you'll see the location line. This is key when you're drawing walls, is to help yourselves define whether you're clicking on the outside of the wall or the inside of the wall as you go. I'm going to change this over to Finish Face Exterior, and then start clicking. And I can hit the space bar here to flip. I'm hitting the space bar each time to kind of flip the wall back and forth. I actually want this one to go on the inside here to match. And then I'll do it again. You'll notice that I can't see it right now. That's all right. I'm going to align these. I can go over to that end point there and drag it out. So the issue here is that the image is on the background, but I'm doing everything in wireframe. So if I switch it over to shaded view, I can no longer see the image, but I can see my walls. So I can bring that image forward, or I can continue drawing this way, or I can select the floor itself and right click on it and say Hide in View Elements, so that I'm just drawing the pieces that I need right now. So need a new wall type to do the 8-inch pieces. I'm going to go to the 8-inch generic, and again hit Edit Type, and again duplicate. Make sure to duplicate. Cast in Place Concrete, 8 inches. Okay, edit the structure. Cast in Place Concrete. Okay, okay, okay. And then we can start drawing with this one. And again, I don't need to draw the openings here. I'm going to cut the openings with a door as I go. And you can see how by default Revit is just connecting all these walls together, assuming that that's what you want it to do. I'm just drawing away right here. Very exciting. Again, that's a door, so I want to go ahead and draw the wall over the top of it. And then lastly, across the face here for the elevators. And then we did draw some smaller wall pieces here in the lab. I'm just going to use the 4-inch brick wall. That's what we did in the lab. The space bar to flip it here between each of the stalls. Okay, once we've got the walls done, now we can go to doors. And we did do some single flush doors going to the bathroom. Probably we'll make an accessible door, 36 by 80. And we'll have this door go to the inside, and another one going into the janitor's closet there, and then a third one here coming on the first floor. We actually want it to go out of the stair, and then on the upper levels we'll have it go into the stair. So the doors are pretty easy there. Again, if you want to add more doors in, there's a few different ways. You can do load family here and navigate the doors and select a different door type. You can come here to the families drop down in the project browser and find doors and bring in, oh, you can see that just the one that's loaded so far is in there, but that's where they'll be located when you bring others in. So then the next step will be to put the stairs in. So we'll go here to the stair tool, and I'm going to start here at the lower level where I want to start. And again, I can hit edit type here because my tower is 16 foot floor to floor. It's a tasty libation. The maximum riser height on this guy needs to be, I'm going to make it 10 inches. Again, this is totally against code and not advised. And the minimum run width, 3 foot. I think we're good on the rest of this. I'm going to hit OK. And now I can start drawing. And you can see it's highlighting there how many 19 risers created, 1 remaining. You can see how it's telling me roughly how many I need. I need to go to 10 on each side. And so it's going to draw, and I'll snap. It's going to go ahead and draw the landing for me where I want it. And I'm coming up from where or if I'm coming down, this is going to wrap around and go out. So that stair should be good. You can see over here the desired number of risers is 20. If you want, you can actually drag these so that they're a little bit wider if you want, or you could change the width. So if I change this to 3'6", I actually need to go to 3'8" in order to have a proper, I think I might have it, 3'8". This is the minimum by code for an egress stair is 3'8". So it looks like I can get to that on both. And then I'll hit the checkbox to finish that stair out. It's giving me some issues with the railing because it looks like I did kind of screw with the widths a little too much. 3'8". And double click the stair to get back into it. 3'8" I want. Looks like I need to take some of the width out of this. There we go. I see. I don't have enough width. Oh, that'll be fine. We'll just leave it the way it is. So it's trying to cram in between the two walls, and I don't have enough to get to 3'8" on both sides. So this side's only 3 foot wide. Again, the Mies proportions just don't quite match ours. Okay, so now we need to actually cut the hole in the floor plate. In the lab, we did something different. We actually cut the void into the floor plate. So I'll show you how to do that on level 2. But then I'm going to show another method where we can do this a different way all the way through, since the tower geometries are all the same. I've selected the floor plate on level 2, and I'm going to hit Edit Boundary. And I can draw a rectangle, and because I'm drawing this geometry on the inside of the existing floor plate, it's going to go ahead and treat it as a donut. And you can see I can hit these lock boxes and it'll snap to those walls that I connected to, and now it's cut the floor plate through that floor. I'm going to go back though, because I want to show a different way that we thought about doing this after the lab finished, which is to actually go back, and I'm going to go into the 3D view here and select the conceptual mass and say edit this conceptual mass in place. I'm going to go to level 1, and what I'm going to do is draw a rectangle here. Then I'm going to create a void that's going to go all the way up through the tower with that curve. I'm going to copy it, hit Control C, and then go into elevation. Actually, maybe try going to level 41 and hit Control V. And now I'm going to select both of those from above. Let's see if we can look at this in wireframe. And this time I'm going to hit a void, create a void form. And I want to look at this in plan. Well, doesn't look like that worked. Hit Control C. Now I'm going to go into elevation, hit Control V, and snap it straight up. See if we can't get this void to work. That doesn't look like a void, that looks like a positive piece of geometry. Maybe it is a void. I think it's a void. And just to check, let's see if this technique works. What we're going to have to do is actually go to the floor plates and update them. So we can do that by selecting just the floor plates. I'm going to hit Filter and go through and deselect everything except the floors. Say OK, and I'm going to hit the Update to Face button. And hopefully that'll go through and cut a hole. We'll test this by looking at level 2. Yep, and on level 2 we now can see the stair all the way through. I'm going to make sure that's right by hitting shaded. Yes, so we've cut a hole all the way through the building using the conceptual mass. Let's go ahead and do that again to cut a hole for the elevators going up through here. So on level 1 again, and I want to go to the 3D view first, so I can select the conceptual mass, hit edit in place. On level 1, I'm going to draw that rectangle that goes to the inside of the elevator core, and I'll select that, hit Control C, go to the elevation, Control V, see if I can't find the vertical snap. Select those two guys and hit void form, finish mass, And let's check it out. Oh, it snapped it to the stair. I'm going to try doing copy to clipboard, level 41, paste align to current view, and have that selected, and go back to level 1, holding control. That's not working. I have to go to elevation again. Draw a box around things, and let's try this again. I think my stair volume might actually be the thing that's a little bit crooked. I'm going to go back a few steps here. Do these together. So, level 1, got our stair piece here. I'm going to use the same technique where I copy to clipboard. Actually, let's do them both at the same time. Well, maybe not. Okay. Do this. Copy to clip. Go to level 41. Paste, align to current view. Elevation. Draw a box to get them both selected. And hit void form. We'll go to level 1 again. Do the elevator shaft, same way. Copy, go to level 41, paste, align to current view, elevation, draw a box, hit those curves, void form. Let's see if that worked. Okay, now we got a stair and a elevator core. Now we just need to update those floor plates. So again, selecting everything, filter. We want just the floors. Say okay. Oh, do that again. Update the face. And it looks like we got some cores cut. And hopefully now they're aligned with things. I can see that stair at the bottom. This looks a lot better. I'm very excited. So now we can select this geometry, everything except for the image, and we can mirror it across. We'll draw the line and do our best to trace it along Misa's line here. We still have some issues with the railing and the stair, but again, you should just go in and delete those. They're a mess. We probably need to cut those reciprocal holes, but now that you guys know how to do that for the stair and the elevator shaft going up through all the floor plates, and then update those faces once again. But I just want to go ahead and wrap this up, sort of showing you the rest of these pieces. So once I've got those things mirrored across, I can select all the geometry once again, and this time we'll use the same copy and then paste, align to selected. We can't use the levels, so we have to align it to selected views, which is only going to give us floor plates. So we're going to go ahead and create those floor plates, which we'll want anyway as we go to make things. So I'll hit plan view and floor plan, and we want to just make all these in between. And so back here on level 1, again, selecting all our geometry and walls. Let's actually copy them. We'll flip the door orientation. So we'll copy everything to level 2, and then we'll copy everything the rest of the way up. So I'm going to do that, then paste, align to selected views. We want to go just to level 2. Looks like the heights of our walls. Oh, some of our walls were not the appropriate height. Going to select all of them. Again, filter, Can shift select. All these hit the checkbox. I've just got the wall selected. You can see these constraints. We definitely need these to go up to level, we're on level 1, so up to level 2. And we're going to need to do the same thing with the ones we just copied to level 2. So I'm going to select everything on level 2. Again with the filter, checkboxes. These are also unconnected. We want them to go to level 3. So once we've got that fixed, then we can come here to the doors, hit the space bar to get the doors flipped around to the appropriate rotation. There we go. Again, we're going in on the second floor, down, and then out on the first floor, and that's why we want the doors going in on all these levels going up. So now I'll copy to clipboard and paste, align to selected views, and we will go from 3 all the way up to 41. I'll pause this so you guys don't have to sit through it. Okay, I've got everything copied all the way up through, and now I'm gonna just fold into 3D view here so you can see this core moving up all the way through with each of the openings. So the last thing that I showed was the link to the Tyson Krupp elevator assembly. And I think I've got one of these downloaded that I'm just going to use. So I downloaded one of their elevators straight from the website that's linked to the Moodles. And I'm just going to show you how to load that into a family. Again, go to Insert, Load Family. And this time, instead of loading from the given Revit details, I'm going to grab it from the Sin 300. This is one of those that I just kind of aligned with the that I downloaded using their website. I'm going to just upgrade that file. And you're going to find that by scrolling down here through the families, and it's going to be listed under specialty equipment. And again, you're going to want to choose the center door with just a front door, not a front and rear, and you just kind of drag it into the model. I actually think I'm going to hold off there, see if when we select this, if we can't define a little bit more about this elevator. It's not letting us. I'd like to be able to control the height a little bit better. Doesn't look like it's going to let us. Anyway, I'll go into level 1 here. And I'll insert it on level 1. You can see by default it's looking for a wall to actually snap to, and once it's in, I can select it. And now it's got all of the different depths going up. The cab height, voltage, up speed, all of these things are built in. The door height, 7 feet. I was hoping that there was some way to actually tell it to fill in all of this. I'm going to hit edit type. Okay, so I'm looking down now through the top. You can see the elevator here. I started trying to put in the 16-foot height increments, and I tried Googling exactly how to change these things. This is going to be a Jeremy Rowe question to try and figure out how to be more efficient about this. It just seems to really chug on the elevator part of the insert here. Although I imagine once you get one of them set up, it'd be pretty easy to copy and paste it into the other parts of the core, so that you've got that elevator moving all the way up through. You can also use the opening, the entrance piece, which is also part of the family. So you do that by going Insert, Load Family, again on the desktop. Back in that folder, I'm going to hit Open on the entrance piece. Again, it's going to do this upgrade. I'm going to go do this down where the elevator actually is. Level 1, and then come down here to the families, and you'll see the entrance is here, the center opening. And I'm just going to drag this in. And you can see it wants to basically, again, snap into the wall, and this time it cuts, and I get all the detail of the door and so forth right there, along with the gonna nudge it so that it's aligned with the actual opening for the elevator. If we go into 3D, we can see what is happening down there. We've got an actual elevator door modeled in. It's that simple. And of course we could copy, we probably should have inserted the openings before we copied all of the floor plates all the way up through the tower, although we could just put these in and then copy and paste them just the same way we did all the rest of the geometry. Okay. I think that's it. I hope you guys can handle this. We'd like for you to actually try and put this into one of your own schemes before Wednesday. Good luck.